Bang. Like I'm so locked into the game. I want to win. I want to bring a trophy back here so bad that it's just like a motivation.
Alright, Pistons fans, so in today's video, we're going to be talking about Saddiq Bey. But quickly, before I get into that, I apologize for the people who were not able to watch my video yesterday. It kept on saying tap 3 try, some error. This was not on my end. This is YouTube's problem. It was something wrong with their system. And it's very frustrating because I feel like it only happens to me. I don't ever see this problem with any other YouTubers out there. And I know a lot of you guys, you watch me when you're at work or you watch me when you're at school or something like that. So I do apologize for the inconvenience. I'll try to find a way to fix this in the future, but I don't really know what to do right now because YouTube is a weird system. And then also, before I start talking about the Pistons and Bay, I just want to say thank y'all. I've really tried my best to, perfect my craft, and I feel like right now when it comes to Pistons commentary, when you combine my knowledge, my charisma, my editing, everything, I feel like I'm the best Pistons content creator out there, and I feel like I can get even better. I feel like I can improve going forward in the future, and I thank you all for recognizing that. I'll be reading the comments all the time, and I do appreciate the support. It really does help brighten my day. But now that we got all of that out the way, I know why you guys are here. You want to hear my opinion on why I believe Saddiq Bey will be the breakout player for the Pistons next season. So I do this every single year. I pick a breakout player from the Pistons who I believe will take that leap. The first year I started doing this, I picked Jeremy Grant, and I was spot on with that selection. Grant went from averaging 12 points and 3 rebounds to 22 points and 4 rebounds. And then the second year that I picked our breakout player, I decided to go with Killian Hayes. I thought that, coming off of a season where he spent majority of the time injured, he would be rested coming into the next season, improved after an off season, ready to play some basketball. But I was off with that pick. It was definitely not Killian Hayes. So right now, I'm kind of 50-50 when it comes to picking who the breakout player will be. And for next year, I'm going to go with Saddiq Bey. Before we continue, please make sure you guys like this video. Today's like goal is 200 likes. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I drop consistent Pistons content. Now let's continue. So let's look at Saddiq Bey's previous statistics. Put the image on the screen right now. In year 1, Saddiq Bey averaged 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. And then in year 2, this previous season with the Pistons, he averaged 16 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. So Bey already took a massive leap between year 1 and year 2. And in year 2, that's the season where the league kind of figured him out because, usually when players come in their rookie season, there isn't much film on them. You can't really use college tape to game plan against players. So some rookies come in, they have success because teams don't really have that much film on them. And usually once they come into year 2, they kind of hit this wall. They get into what's called a sophomore slump because other teams finally learn how to game plan against these players, and players just generally, they get stuck in their heads and they start getting very inefficient, start missing a lot of shots. So that was supposed to happen to Bey last season, and it did happen for like a few games throughout the season, but eventually Saddiq Bey just got it rolling, and he had, in my opinion, a historic season. He had one game where he came out and dropped 51 points, and then also he broke the record for most three-pointers made by any Piston of all time. And then the biggest point of all of them is that he played all 82 games last season. He had no injuries. He didn't do any load managing like the Pistons. I felt like they kind of did that with Grant towards the end of the season because Grant was injured, then he came back, and once the Pistons season was virtually over because we had a lot of losses and we started tanking to improve our draft position, they just decided to sit Grant even though he was most likely healthy. But they didn't do that with Bey. They just let him go out there and play basketball, and he did that for all 82 games. So I definitely commend him for that because we don't see that often in today's NBA. Now, as far as why I believe we'll see him take an even bigger jump heading into year 3 is because, first off, I think he's going to be given a bigger role by Coach Casey. Saddiq Bey, he's now shown that he can become a consistent scorer on a regular basis, a consistent defensive player as well, someone who constantly stays engaged on the defensive side of the court. And with that, having a coach like Dwayne Casey who, he values veterans and likes to have a consistent game plan on the floor, with all of those things being known, I feel like Casey will trust Bey more since Bey has shown last season that he's got game like that. And then also, with Grant being on the last year of his deal, I think the Pistons are going to make Bey more of a priority since Grant may either get traded or be on his way out the door and just go to another team, unless the Pistons decide to re-sign Grant for the 4-year, $100+ million that he's reportedly requesting. So I think Cade is still going to be number one, and then I think Bey will officially overtake Grant for the second spot as a priority on the Pistons. And then the last point, and probably the biggest reason why I believe he'll take another leap, is because of his mindset. Play the clip right now. This is going to be Bey speaking on what he wants to improve on.
We talked about how your Iron Man kind of approach, playing every game this year, not missing a game to injury since I think it's high school. Last year, I heard you just went kind of straight back to the gym after the season, played Team USA. This year, are you going to give yourself a little bit of a break to kind of recoup your body?
That's being recommended for me for sure from the coaches and staff. It's tough. It's tough though. It actually is a tough battle for me every summer because, let's say it's a couple days, I feel like I've been off, and if I feel like I feel good, I want to get back in the gym, But I think for me, it's just trying to figure out that balance because I love to play basketball, just the joy of the game, like not even the NBA, just the joy of playing basketball. So it's my favorite hobby. So it's going to be tough to figure out something else to do, but I'll try to figure that out. But I'm definitely going to be probably in there sooner than later. I think I just try to show a complete game, every year. I know who I am and what I'm capable of and what I could bring to the team. So I never want the coaches or our team to feel, oh, this is the only thing you could do, whether that's shooting, whether that's, I want to contribute in every end, passing, ball handling, shooting, defense, rebounding. So I just try to play as complete as I could be every year, and then hopefully that leads to wins and whatever role that may be. Like I'm so locked into the game. I want to win. I want to bring a trophy back here so bad that it's just like a motivation thing.
So Bey wants to get better. After having a full offseason to train, get more comfortable and more confident within himself, and also gain more chemistry with Cade Cunningham, I'm expecting next season him to average at least around 20 points per game or even more. And I think he could possibly be the best scorer on the Pistons next season. It's going to be arguable between himself, Cade, and Grant. So that's basically all that I have to say. All of those reasons, everything that I mentioned in this video is the reason why I believe Saddiq Bey will be a breakout player for the Detroit Pistons next season. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Thank y'all for 5K, and I'm out.